If you want to stack the odds of success in your corner in terms of having the most licensable, the most in-demand music in whatever genre that you specialize in, you're going to want to use a reference track. Now, a reference track is simply a piece of music, a track, currently distributed by a production music library, and most importantly, has a track record of getting placed. And this is going to be a song or a collection of songs that you're going to use as your loose guide, not to rip them off, not steal their melodies, not steal their chord progressions, but study them, understand them, and really model the music that you're making, again, in any genre that you produce, after the winners, after the successful tracks. Why do we want to do that? Well, you can spin your reels for many, many months or years if you want to, and try to reinvent the wheel and try to create something new and original and masterful that the entire industry maybe is going to love. Or you can basically understand and do a little bit of market research, find out exactly what's already getting placed right now, and then follow in its footsteps and bring your talent, your skills, your style, your blend of your genre into the mix. That's what I think is the smart approach. That's the approach that I took when I first got started, and that's the approach I encourage all people, especially if you're fairly new to sync licensing and working with the production music libraries. Now, of course, most important part of this video is, great, maybe you agree with me, but where do you find the reference tracks? Of course, you can do your own research if you want to. You can go look up websites of catalogs, typing in your genres in their catalogs. Most of them are publicly available. Find some tracks that you find are interesting and use them as your source of inspiration. Totally cool. You can do that. But when you do that, take that approach, you don't actually know which ones of those tracks have recently been placed, if any at all. So wouldn't it be better if you're going to go find and use the reference tracks to use the ones that you know have a track record of getting placed? Wouldn't those be the wisest ones to model your music after? Of course, the answer is yes. So you can do it the old, slow, sluggish, somewhat inaccurate way, or you can use TagMatch. So what I'm going to walk you through right now is how you can use the TagMatch app to get your customized reference tracks within 5 minutes so that you don't have to do all that research. And more importantly, you can get reference tracks that you know have been placed and have been placed recently on major US TV channels. Let me walk you through it. Okay, this is the TagMatch app, and our killer feature that you're going to probably want to use as soon as you jump on board is TagMatch. So the landing page for the entire app is the TagMatch feature. This is where you can select an MP3 of any track that you've composed, upload it, and our auto tagging system will apply genre, mood, instrument, a variety of other tags to your track, and then compare what it analyzes from your music against the master placement data, all of the tracks that we recently detected in the previous month from 20 US TV channels, soon to be growing to even more channels, okay? So with this data, with your track, the tags that are applied to it, comparing it against all the data for all the tracks that we've recently detected on TV, we can show you similar tracks to yours that have been placed recently on major TV channels. That's the game-changing part of this technology. And it's just one feature of what you get access to with TagMatch. Let me show you what results can look like and how you can potentially use these to find your customized, again, reference tracks based on your music and your genre and what you're doing. So you upload your track, you click submit. Basically in 5 minutes, you'll start seeing results pop up just like these ones. So what I'm going to do is go through one of the tracks that I composed myself. I actually collaborated with Jelle Detmar, an amazing orchestral composer. I'm going to play a little snippet of it so you get a feel for what we're doing here, and then you can see the tags that were applied by our model. But more importantly, we're going to scroll down after I play a little snippet and show you the similar tracks and how you can use the data, how you can use these links directly to Spotify links to model your music after them. So you don't have to do the research yourself. All of this is brought to you through this feature on the TagMatch app, okay? Here's a little snippet. Just we'll play the first couple, 10, 15 seconds of this track so you get a feel for where we were going with this track, okay? All right, so you obviously get the vibe there, and our model obviously, I believe correctly, nailed this one. It's metal, it's hard rock, it's doom metal, it's powerful, it's got some anger in it, it's strong, intense, aggressive, right? On and on and on. So our model is basically listening to the track, applying the best possible tags. It knows how to do it. Again, not training any AI models. Your music is never used to train anything generative or train any models down the road. None of that is being used with this model. All this model does, it listens to your track once, applies the tags, and spits them back out into our app, and that's it, okay? And we do delete everybody's track and tags every single month. So there's no long-term storage of your data. It's your tracks, it's your music, no unauthorized training. None of that's going on with this. I want to make sure you guys are clear on that. Okay. But what we do, all these tags, all this information now is then compared automatically in the background to our master placement. And basically what we can show you is a lot of similar tracks to yours, okay? So the first set of tracks you're gonna see are the closest genre matches from the data. So these are basically gonna be the top placed metal tracks. Metal is kind of the big umbrella genre for this particular track. So if you were looking for where are the biggest tracks in metal, this would be the list you'd want to go check out. You can obviously click on the Spotify link and listen to any one of these. You can listen to a snippet of this actual track getting placed so you can understand how it was used and obviously also know which particular production music library supplied each one. But let me go down into where the powerful, really powerful information is for all of you that are looking for those specific use, those reference tracks to actually model your music after, okay? The purple section here is the combination of your genre and your top two moods. Basically what we do is we combine those and we look for pairs in our database. So as you can see, this first set of tracks are the metal, powerful metal tracks that are in our database that got placed. These are proven tracks, okay? Then the second set are the angry metal tracks. You might say, well, angry and powerful, kind of similar, right? Well, there is some distinct energy differences and some mood differences between those two. A lot of this, of course, is subjective. But at least when you upload your tracks and you get matches like this, you can listen to your track. Obviously, you're very familiar with your track, but now you've got a set of tracks and you actually get even more than this. And I'll show you kind of a way to find even more reference tracks. But at least you know, let's say you're going, all right, well, I'm going to go for the winner, the top one. We are sorting these by how many placements they received. Okay, so this Rock Monster Q was on Fox Sports, got placed 12 times. Maybe you want to check it out, right? I'll play it in just a second here. So when you click on the Spotify link, essentially it's going to just open up your Spotify app and it's going to bring you right to the track so you can listen to the entire thing in its entirety. So this is a 230 track. But the other thing, keep in mind, is that usually what you're going to get linked to is not just the single track. You're getting linked to an album released by this particular production music library. So these would be great tracks if you want to go in this direction to emulate your music after. But of course, Rock Monster from our data is the big winner, at least on this album from the data that we're collecting. So let's take a listen to it so you can kind of get a vibe for what's the big winner track in the metal, what was it, metal powerful category. You can obviously just preview it and check it out. So pretty simple groove, right? Nothing too complex, just kind of nice mid-tempo, up-tempo sort of vibe. Very groovy, very kind of repetitive in what it's doing, but still has some like little ear candy and some other elements inside of there. And what you should definitely be doing as you're using the TagMatch app is listening to the track all the way through to notice how many times does it repeat a riff before the new version comes in or before a change happens or a lead guitar comes in. How big is the end of the track versus the beginning of the track? How did the track start? How long is the track? How does it transition from a verse to a chorus? These are all things that you can emulate and obviously follow along with in your music if you'd like to. None of that's copyright infringement. Stealing the riffs, stealing the chord progressions, stealing lead melodies, yes, that's going to be copyright infringement. Don't do that. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to learn and understand from the top-notch tracks that you're hearing here and follow in their footsteps, okay? Let's go check out an angry metal track. Here's Loud and Strong. Now this is interesting. This one definitely feels a little bit more in line with mine. It's got a lot more of that percussive, almost trailer-esque sort of a vibe to it. So that's kind of an interesting one that I would want to potentially want to model after. And more importantly, I'm going to want to look a little bit more into Casinas, Cosinus. It's a sub-library out of APM. So I'd want to go check and click on this and go directly to their company and to their website and find out a little bit more about them, and maybe pitch something to them and maybe submit some music to them. So you get access to all that information here within the app. And of course, you can click on any one of these tracks if you want to get even further insights. Let's say you're like, all right, I want to follow along with this, but what BPM was this track? Well, you can find out right here, 136. This one's saying C it was composed in, obviously an instrumental cue and how long the track is, all that good stuff. And also it tells you how long the track was placed. 80 seconds is a long time. That's a really good indication that this track gets placed for a long period of time. And so if you're not familiar, the longer your placements are usually, the bigger your royalties are going to be. So that's always a great indication as well. But I just wanted to show in this one video a killer use case for the TagMatch app and uploading your music, and obviously analyzing and fully taking advantage of the results that you get with your TagMatch results. Again, these results come back to you within 5 minutes. It's a very, very quick process. It doesn't take even a day to get this kind of information. And of course, on top of these reference tracks that you can potentially use, we're giving you production music library matches. These are the companies that are placing your style of music, in this case metal, the most often. Okay, and we also give you a best match of the one that has placed your genre the most of all the production music libraries that we've detected for the previous month. And right now we're around 200 to 300 different companies that are coming through our data with these 10 to 20 TV channels, at least, that we're monitoring. Okay, so you get the website, you get the contact information, and of course you can click on any one of these to get further insights as to other styles of music that they've also placed and to what sort of is flying off the shelf with them. So this is all information we've never had before. We've never been able to get access to this stuff, and we've never really known what's happening in our industry. We've definitely never had a sort of proven track record of where are the reference tracks I should be emulating in terms of my style of music, and more importantly, the ones that have been placed. Now with TagMatch, you've got all of that. It's in your fingertips potentially. You can start doing this. You can upload your first track right now in the next couple of minutes if you'd like to. There's a link below. It's in the top pinned comment, and it's also in the description box. And you can get access to this data and to this information right now. We are, again, right now at 20 TV channels. That is going to be growing as the coming months come on board. I will make some official announcements about that. But this is already changing the game for many members who are getting their foot in the door with production music libraries with very relevant in-demand music for each one of the companies that they're pitching to. So it's on you at this point. Ball's in your court. You've got the data. You've got the access to it. Whether or not you want to take me up on this offer now, that's up to you.